Evangelical Commentary on the Bible. Edited by Walter A. Elwell. Commentary on Genesis 21. Friction inside and outside the family. One of the characteristics of Abraham's faith is his ability to wait and to be patient at least most of the time. 25 years earlier God had promised Abraham a son. Now that promise becomes reality after some false hopes and false moves. Appropriately, and following an earlier directive, Abraham names the child Isaac, meaning, he laughs. Who laughs? God? Isaac? Abraham? Then Abraham circumcises Isaac. For a third time somebody laughs, and here it is Sarah. This is a joyful laughter, and her joy will be contagious. How quickly festivities can turn into friction. Sarah sees Ishmael mocking Isaac after Isaac has been weaned, about 3 years. Actually the Hebrew word for mocking is to laugh. Ishmael was Isaac and Isaac. Paul's choice of persecuted in Galatians chapter 4 verse 29 indicates that Isaac and Ishmael were not engaged in harmless play. Sarah is enraged. Laughter turns to shouting, "Get rid of that slave woman and her son." She is too angry to call either of them by name. Abraham is more impressive here than he was in the earlier situation involving Hagar and Sarah. He protests and makes sure that Hagar and Ishmael leave with ample provisions. This story has often been read as standing in bold contrast to that in chapter 16. For instance, it is maintained that the Ishmael of chapter 16 is a lad of 16 years or so, while the Ishmael of chapter 21 is but an infant whom Hagar carries on her shoulders and throws under the tree to watch him die. A closer reading of chapter 21, however, shows that Ishmael is anything but an infant. Chapter 21 is not a second account of the same incident in chapter 16, but a sequel to it. Sarah does not feel much compassion for this banished mother and son. But God does. Note again, as in an earlier chapter, the intermingling in verse 17 of God and angel of God. God opens his heart and he opens Hagar's eyes to a well of water.